Alright, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Just, something to do with it. Okay, so, in today's video, we're going to be going over, like, some scary stories, but we're going to make it not scary. You know, we're going to try to make it, like, a little funny or whatever. So, I got my computer here. Not mine, actually, you know. Whatever. So this one's called The New House, Part 3. So, I don't know if if I'm supposed to read Part 1 or Part 2, but we don't really care. This might be a pretty long video because I'm not going to be cutting it after I, like, read or whatever. So, yeah, let's just get into the video. So, it's called The New House, and it starts out, I heard a scream, but it wasn't my sister, ... Now, you know, after the ... something's going to go down, right? I ran as fast as I could. Halfway up, my heart skipped a beat when I see something staring at my sister and screaming. Okay, well, first you should have said, it says I ran as fast as I could, comma, halfway up my heart. I don't know what the frick that means. So, her heart skipped a beat, right? And when I see it coming, she should have said saw, or whatever this is, you know, if this is a guy or girl, you know, we can't really judge genders anymore because you just can't. It's 2017. I'm gonna change the words. When I saw something staring at my sister and screaming. So I guess her sister was screaming, whatever. Her sister definitely needs to learn how to get over it, because you know you can't be screaming. You know, you're gonna wake up your parents. Your parents gotta work in the morning, so let's not do that. I was scared more than anybody that could fear something. This girl or this guy can't write a sentence or a paragraph because its grammar is terrible. At that point, I didn't know what to do. All that was racing through my mind of confused and scared thoughts is my sister okay? Should have been a question mark, but it is a comma. Is she gonna be okay? What are they gonna do to Achaya? I don't think gonna is a word, like a vocabulary word. I think going to is the proper term you should be saying. And whose name is Achaya or Achia? Achia. Once again, there should have been a question mark after that. So, yeah. I slipped while trying to run and grab Achaya. Then the thing grabbed me and started dragging me. Now, you should have came up with a name for this thing, whatever you call it. Second of all, you need to ask your parents to go ahead and change your sister's name to, like, I don't know, maybe Julia or something. Just, you know, some kind of normal girl's name, not Achaya. Unless you're Chinese, I guess that's fine. You slipped while trying to grab something. Every single horror movie, horror story, it's old, it's different. Say you slipped on, like, I'm not going to say that, never mind. So she tried to grab Achaya, and then the thing grabbed her and started dragging her. While I was midway through the hall, I hit my head on the door. Okay. How do you slip? Okay, I was gonna stop the video there and go try to reenact that, but not gonna do it. Oh my god. I decided to do it anyway. I may or may not have hurt my hand in the process. I also, if you didn't notice, I didn't hit my head on the door because I'm not that stupid, you know. I'm not as dumb as freaking I don't know what your name is, whoever, if you're watching this video, probably not, but you're a complete idiot. I'm not gonna hit my head on the door just for some stupid little clip. And then after this, it says, I woke up an hour later with my mom, dad, and sister next to... I screamed. I kid you guys not, I just opened this, not knowing the grammar was going to be completely terrible. I'm gonna read that one more time for you. I woke up an hour later with my mom, dad, and sister next to I screamed. Okay. I'm not... You know what? We're going to leave it there. So, I screamed at Achaya. Your name is still stupid. Achaya said, "Are you okay? Are you okay? You all right?" Should have been a comma there. Achaya needs to learn grammar as well, clearly. My parents looked questioned. I looked at them, and my sister saying, "What happened?" Okay. Part of me kind of tried making this video serious, but I can't with this kind of stuff going on. So they asked what happened. So let's go ahead and figure out what happened. My mom said I was asleep. Okay, that's not what it says. My mom said I was asleep. Oh, my mom said I was sleepwalking and saying very unusual stuff. And you fell and hit your head, so she called their doctor. She told me that I'm not in the best mindset and I need to see them soon. So, looks like this idiot's gotta go to the doctor for hitting her head on the door because she's delusional and stupid. She was saying I was going psycho practically and all the ghosts were just in my dream. Question mark, ... To be continued. No, to not be continued. The end. Alright. Alright. Okay, well, you know what? There should be a... This was just submitted yesterday. Maybe she'll edit it. Hopefully she'll freaking edit it. I can write a comment. I don't really want to because I don't know if this girl is actually a psychopath. It actually does say she's psycho practically. I don't want her coming to my house, making me hit my head on the door or anything like that. Let's go ahead on to the next story. I'm going to read this one in segments because it's very, very long. If you probably can't even see that, but it's very, very long. There's no comments yet, and this also was submitted only 4 days ago, so let's go ahead and see what's going on here. It's called a ghost story. Scary story, a ghost story. There's no comment, nothing, it's just all caps. It was a dark, stormy night in late October, the night before Halloween. Jagged streaks of lightning shot across the sky, illuminating the old house that stood alone on the top of the hill. The wind howled through the tall oaks that surrounded the house. Falling leaves and heavy raindrops splattered against the paned windows. Inside, in a room lit by flames of roaring fireplace and a single lamp, Donna sat alone on the couch. Donna clearly needs some friends, especially if it's a Halloween night. She really should be going. I mean, I don't really go out trick-or-treating anymore. I don't really find it fun. But, Donna, she needs some friends. Maybe she's the mom, maybe she's giving out candy. It is a dark and stormy night, though. Typical every single freaking Halloween Halloween night movie. Someone's probably going to die in the story. I don't know. It beats me. It's probably going to happen. Okay, so Donna settled on the couch. That's where we left off. She shivered and drew the blanket. She was wrapped in closer to her neck. But it wasn't the cold wind or jagged lightning that had made her shiver. It was a book of ghost stories she was reading. I was going to say who reads ghost stories, especially if your name's Donna, but you know what? I'm reading ghost stories right now, so I really can't talk, at all. But, okay. She was reading, okay, so the story she was reading now had made her blood run cold. I want to get a doctor checked out on that. It was about a ghost that haunted an old graveyard. One cold night, the ghost let out a mournful moan. He missed the house where he had once lived. The ghost went to the nearby town and searched frantically for his home. He went from house to house, knocking on the doors, but no door opened for him, until finally he saw an old house sitting on a hill. The ghost began his wary climb up to the top of the house. Donna stopped reading. Apparently Donna is getting scared of a ghost who is knocking on people's doors, basically asking to come in. Never heard of that one before. That's definitely a new one. I don't really know if this is a ghost story. It honestly just sounds like an old man who went to go visit a graveyard, maybe to go see visit someone he loves, whatever, put a flower down, whatever, and he's knocking on people's doors because, it is cold and rainy out. This guy needs a warm place to live, to sit down, maybe relax, and then he can go back out to the graveyard once he finally feels he needs to. I've never heard of a freaking ghost story. Well, you know what? Blows my mind. We'll start from this. Okay, so she stopped reading. She put the book down on her lap and searched the dark corners of the room with her eyes. Why was okay? Had she really heard something, or was it just her imagination getting carried away? She sat very still for several moments. All she could hear was the cold wind howling around the house and through the trees. You do have a fireplace running, so it really shouldn't be too cold in the house. You know, maybe get the heat on. It is October. It's. I want to say it's early fall, but you know what? I think it's late fall. You know what? I don't know. Let's get on with the story. Donna picked up the book and began to read again. Before she could get back into the house, into the ghost story, she heard a loud rapping sound. Okay, now the ghost traps, apparently. And maybe he's bumping into some, like, 21 Savage or Lil Pump or whatever. We did go over a song, you know what? A rapping on the front of the door of the house. Donna sat very still. She waited, wondering if the rapping would go away. But it didn't. It came again. Louder than before. Whoever was there and was not going away. Donna pushed off the blanket and got up for the couch. Again, grammar, people, come on. Who was at the door? It was probably a neighbor, or maybe it was someone that she knew, but maybe, her mind whispered, it was a sad ghost just looking for his home. You know, that's kind of devastating, man. Maybe he's an old guy, you know, maybe he's even a young kid just looking for his house, you know. That sucks, man. Christopher needs to find a place to live, and I also need to find out where I just left off, because okay, here it is. Donna fought off her crazy idea that had just come to her. She walked out of the living room into the hallway. Without hesitating, she pulled open the door. "Hi," a timid voice said out from the dark. Still wondering to myself why the hell the door's still open and why you wouldn't just close the door. Donna's face dropped with disappointment. She's disappointed that the ghost isn't there, but we didn't read on. You know, we could be wrong. The ghost might be there. We don't know. It was just a boy from a nearby school. He had a pad and pencil in his hand. He was dripping with water. I was just wondering, he said, if your family might like to buy some candy for an out-school fundraiser. Come on in, Donna said. She opened the door wider for the boy to walk inside the hallway. "I'm Jason," the boy said. "Would you like to buy some candy?" Now, we already asked the question twice. That's kind of making me a little eerie. You know, I don't really know what he's trying to pull here. But Jason, get the hell out of my house before I throw a wrench at your face. He asked eagerly. "No, not exactly," Donna answered, leading him into the room where she had been reading. Even if it was a little boy from a nearby school, which we don't know what school he goes to, even if it was, there's no way in hell I'm letting a random there's no way in hell I'm letting a random boy in my house to freaking, you know, just ask me to buy candy. You know, that's like when Patrick and SpongeBob went to people's houses to ask if they want chocolate. You know. I don't know where I'm going with this. It's just that I don't want to be alone right now. "What do you mean?" Jason asked, looking around the dimly lit room with its heavy curtains and strange antiques standing in the corners. "What I mean," Donna said, "is that I don't want to be alone because I'm afraid." Listen, I don't know how old Donna is, but if she really wants a little boy from a nearby school into her house because she's afraid, I'm more afraid of Jason right now because Jason's kind of like a name, you know, where Jason kind of killed people because he drowned in a creek. Yeah, Jason, get the hell out of my house, dude. Jason said afraid of what? Donna said of ghosts. In a low voice, almost like a whisper, Jason's eyes darted around the room again. Even though he was new in town, he had already heard weird things about this house. It was one of the oldest in the area. Some of the kids in his class warned him not to come here to try to sell candy. I thought it was, I thought it was Halloween night, dude. Like, it started out as Halloween night. They did get he was dripping wet. Who the hell sells candy on a Halloween night? This little kid should be dressing up like in a little Spider-Man costume, you know, whatever he likes, and he should be asking for candy, not going around asking people if they want to buy some candy. This is weird. They had told him to forget it. Okay, these kids are not the best friends. He needs a new friend group. Now he wished he had. You're not afraid of ghosts, are you? Donna asked, her voice trembling slightly. No, he answered. This kid is, he said. No, yeah, he's definitely afraid. He's a little bitch. Just then, a piece of wood made a loud crack in the fireplace. Jason jumped. A minute later, there was a strange scraping sound over their heads. Jason followed Donna's wide eyes up to the ceiling. The sound came again, like something heavy was being dragged across the floor above them. Jason stared at Donna, his eyes taking on a frightened gleam. What was that? Donna sunk back into the warmth of the overstuffed couch and pulled the blanket up around her. It always starts that way, she murmured. I don't know what you're talking about, Jason said, getting up from his chair, but I think it's time for me to go. Donna reached out. Whoa, 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 whoa. Stop right there. Donna reached out an arm and pulled Jason from his coat sleeve. Now, this kind of sounds like a sexual video about to start. Ghost in the house, you know, just pulling on coat sleeves. But I think it's time for me to... Okay, wait. So, no. Don't leave me alone tonight, Donna asked. Please. I just can't face it by myself. Jason looked down at Donna's pleading face. He wavered for a minute. Then slowly he sat back down. It's true what they say about this house, Donna whispered, as though some other ears were listening and trying to hear what she had to say. Okay, that's a very long... She could have just said, Donna said, or Donna murmured, you know, whatever. It really is haunted. She suddenly stopped as a mourning sound came from upstairs. The sound moved from one side of the room to another. What is that? Jason asked, trying years ago in their ghost rooms, this house searching for... Okay, I'm just going to go to the end of the story, so... My computer just killed itself. So, so... A playful, innocent smirk crossed Donna's rotting face. She went back and sat on the couch. And through her deep, black, empty eye sockets, she began to reread her favorite ghost story. That has to be one of the dumbest freaking things I've ever read in my entire life.